analyses. So the thing is here, Pumas has always been downplayed, down-talked for the past 6 to 10 years, honestly, realistically speaking. And the way that works is we were a team that usually does. Sorry, Louis. We were a team that prided ourselves from creating our own youth players from the ground up, right? And the thing is, too, we've come together to the point where we have this coach that was part of our identity. This coach was part of our championship run years back, and to him, I think there is a bunch of egotistical actions that are happening within the team, but at the same time, it's okay because there needs to be change. Like if this club has been doing the same thing in and year out, and the farthest we can go is a semifinal, a final, and that we lose by the bare minimum, right? And the thing is, too, it's like if we can't adapt to a new gameplay or to a new game style, then maybe it's time for a change, right? And that's why I think Efraín Juárez is doing the right thing in terms of letting go certain players while bringing in players that can fill in those gaps, but at the same time bring more depth into the play style that they're bringing, because Pumas is a strong team. Like, I think, realistically speaking, I think we're a contender for this year. What's going to mess us up is definitely going to be the World Cup, because I know a bunch of our players are going to be playing for their national teams, and our starting lineup is a bunch of international called up players, and that's going to mess us up big time if we don't settle a second team down. And the thing is, it's like that's what he's doing. Efrain, I think, has his plan already where he's building this team up from the ground up, but also preparing for that, because when the World Cup comes by, that's going to be the playoffs for the Liga MX, and if that happens, then we have to be prepared, because these teams, Cruz Azul, Tijuana, Chivas, these people they're final contenders. I'm not going to lie, they're definitely final contenders. And the thing is, these people don't have. These teams don't have international names. So for them, like, this is actually a plus. The problem with Pumas is we're making it this far. We're undefeated. We don't have that many negative aspects comparable to these other teams. But at the same time, I will say, like, if the playoffs come and we're not ready, we're gonna be owned heavily. But in terms of realistic conversations, I will say that Pumas is playoff contender, final contender, even realistically speaking, with the team that they have. It's just that they have to prepare. Like Coco Carrasquilla is going to go to Panama. We have Keylor Navas that's going to play with Costa Rica. We have all these and then all these bunch of players that Juarez brought up from the defense line to the midfield line. Like, they're all going to be called up. Unfortunately, I don't think Memo's going to be called up, so he's going to be a starter for the playoffs. And what I'm trying to say is we have to lock in a first team and a second team that's capable of beating all these other teams in the playoff run, bro. Because yes, we played Santos, Querétaro, we played mid to low table teams, realistically speaking. And if we're top four with those matches already played, like, it's gonna be a tough rest of the season. The Santos win for the Santos 4-1-0, I think it's solidify the 4-0 win to solidify the fact that we are an upcoming strong team. We play like a team, we act like a team. It's just that we need that youth spirit back. We're losing it a little bit, and I think with dabbling in one or two youth players early in the season, like now, will help them build the confidence up and keep our identity for the playoff run. I mean, hey, I've been a Pumas fan my whole life. I know how far the U16, the U17, the U18 players. Like, dude, we call up a bunch of players. But the thing is, we have to give them confidence. And what Efraín Juárez is doing right now is he's signing all these, again, international players, which is okay because we need to build the base. Now that he has a base, we have to be able to build around that. And again, why leave your identity as a team that has homegrown players when we can use them? We can literally use them. The Champions League is coming up too on Tuesday, so I do think that's going to factor in a lot of those younger players. And then he's going to try and see which ones he can pull up for the league matches and stuff like that, which I think is a good breaking point for them. You know, like if you show up in the Champions League, you're definitely going to be called up for the main league games. I do think that, again, just to conclude this is a small little rant, 6-minute rant, but I do think that Pumas will make it to the playoff run. Everybody's pissed off that we're doing pretty good. Everybody wanted to see Juárez fail, which I think he's doing a great job in proving everybody wrong. It's just that he has to stick to the identity of Pumas UNAM while keeping that tenacity that he has with the base set team. And again, it's possible. He just has to lock in. And this Champions League one, like I said, will be a good factor or a good test for the this will be a good test for the youth players, I think, in my opinion.